Hey everybody, Joe here. I'm back again. It's first Wednesday of a brand new month. You already know what that means. It's time for some pickups. What did I get in the month of August? Let me show you. I'm doing this across the room on the couch. This is actually like my third time trying to shoot this video, so I figure, heck with it. Let's just be comfortable. I know there's a lot of reflection from my lights, but that's what you get when there's wood panel. I know I haven't done a video since last month's pickups video, so I have a little catching up to do. Alright, so we're going to kick things off with Retro Game Treasure. I am pretty much sure this is the last one. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty much sure this is it. I already opened this, threw the pack material across the room because this is a second take on this video. We're going to kick this off. We've got WarioWare Twisted. I hope you can see that okay in camera too. I can't quite make out the screen when I'm trying to record like this, but if this works, let me know, leave a comment, and we will probably do this again with pickups videos and unboxings and all that jazz. So here we have WarioWare Twisted. The big, weird, malformed cartridge is because it has a motion sensor, like some kind of gyroscopic thing up in the top of it, and this was the early 2000s, and technology wasn't quite that advanced yet to make it smaller and more comfortable, but this is what they did. Next up in the Retro Game Treasure box is a NES game, and that is Total Recall. Classic Schwarzenegger. Is it classic? I don't know. But it's a Schwarzenegger movie. Game, not quite a classic from what I understand. You know, AVGN, had some choice words for it. But then again, everything he puts on his show, he's got choice words for. So, there you go. All I remember is the chick with 3 boobs, because you don't see that every day, and there's something wrong if you're seeing chicks with 3 boobs on a regular basis. And then last one here is Romancing Saga 2 for the Super Famicom. Romancing Saga, that's the same series or franchise as Final Fantasy Adventure here in the States on the Game Boy. Never played any of them, but I guess I have reason to start since I have this one. I'm sure I can find translation patch somewhere online. And there you go. That's the last Retro Game Treasure, most likely. Moving on, I've got something crappy to show you. Got some junk, some trash, some very lousy stuff, something to show you. And that's this thing here. You ever hear of a website called Top Hatter? They do like live auctions, and they have a lot of the Wish.com, AliExpress, made in China type trash. And this is a neat example of some made in China type trash. This is like the creme de la crap right here. This is a Game Boy looking handheld. That's one of them Famiclone type jobs. I mean, here you go. There's an idea what the screen looks like, kind of a washed out LCD. I mean, there you go. That's what that looks like. It weighs practically nothing. It claims to be about 258 games or something like that, and it's really maybe the same 40 or so that repeat a whole bunch of times, just like you'd expect from crap Famiclone stuff. And I paid a whopping $4 for this thing, including shipping, because Top Hatter had one of those buy something and you get $5 off your first purchase. So I said, what the hell? I'll do it. Later in the video, I'll be showing you a good piece of handheld clone hardware, but that's later in the video. While we're on the subject of Chinese junk, let me show you this right here. This is a multi-cart DS game, also purchased from Top Hatter. This was like a whopping $15 shipped. So let me just show you the cartridge on this. Don't know how well you can make that out, but there's, see that little piece of tape on the top of the cartridge? Turns out this is actually like an SD reader. So I can, or micro SD reader, I should say. And I can load this with other ROMs. I can load it with other systems ROMs. So this will turn your DS or 3DS into some kind of multi-playing emulation thing. So that's pretty neat. Might break the seal on that and test that sucker out. Next, let's go on to some games here. I got Archis's Ring for the NES. That's got some cool artwork. I dig that. I'm sure you do too. Okay, the next 3 games I'm showing you, they've got cellophane on them because that's the way this retro shop rolls. I had some credit with these guys. Lots of credit with these guys because I traded off about, I'd say maybe a third of my collection a while back. And this was the last of my credit. I figured let's get rid of it because they had a 30 bucks off of a 100 coupon on their retro selection. So let's just go with that. And we've got Joe and Mac for the NES. And King's Quest V for the NES. And Advanced Dungeons & Dragons Dragon Strike. Yes, there's cellophane on this box. It is not sealed. This is a reseal. I mean, in fact, there's a little tagger that says no manual right there. They wouldn't be putting that on the box for a brand new game. And there you have it. That's all the games that I have for this month, and now I can go and show you a good piece of clone hardware. I believe this is from the people who do the BitBoy. This is called the Pocket Go. It's a little bit bigger in size than a Game Boy Micro, not by too much, and it's got a pretty cool break screen. It's going to run through its startup. The only thing negative I gotta say is that it's got mostly PAL ROMs preloaded on it for the NES stuff. So I'm gonna pull up Mario 3 here and show you why is that an issue. Well, PAL ROM, you got a PAL ROM, but the hardware is in NTSC, so speed is way out of whack. The music's fast, the gameplay's slow. So you know there's something up with that. Also, the volume slider is backwards. Away from you turns the volume down, towards you turns the volume up. And that's something that is a pet peeve of mine in handhelds. I don't know if that bothers you as much as it bothers me, but it sure does. But other than that, this plays ROMs of a huge number of different consoles. I'm going to hop this back on. I got to do a review of this coming up. Like I said, I think this is from the same people who do the BitBoy. Let's see what we got here. Game Boy, GBA, NES, Super Nintendo, Sega Master System, Game Gear, Mega Drive, Atari 2600, Atari Lynx, PC Engine, PlayStation 1, Arcade. Wonder what kind of MAME version they're using on that. Neo Geo. DOS even shows like a DOSBox logo. Wonder Swan. I will have to put this thing through the paces. This might be something good to review in the future. It does have it has an AV out on it, so I could try to run it through a Elgato capture. That's got to be a joke, but you know what? I might give it a shot. Still, it's cool looking, and the box was well packaged. It's got a neat box. Heck, it even comes with a micro SD card USB adapter. And don't want to drop these, but here I'm going to try to show you them. It has replacement buttons if you want to go with the colored button layout of like the Super Famicom or European Super Nintendo layout. You can do that, and that's pretty cool. But I dig the black and red styling, so I'm going to probably keep it looking like that. There you have it. That's everything I got. Leave a comment below if you like this multi-camera setup. I'm hopefully going to do this more often with unboxings and stuff. I think it's kind of neat. Hopefully editing it isn't too much of a pain in the ass. So there you have it, guys. Hope you've enjoyed. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Take care.